What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. And break down some bearish signals we're starting to see develop in the markets. What you should be watching for as time progresses. Let me just mention that I am not a financial planner. Make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offer ends very soon, in just about 13 days from now. Anyways, guys, yesterday we were talking about how there's this falling wedge like structure developing on SPY, but that move hasn't really played out so far. Instead, it's just remaining a little bit more bearish because we got some new news that came out that's not so great. So, what's happening? What's going on with the markets? Let's talk about some data first before I break down what's happening with the price action. So, when it comes to data, as a reminder, we had our initial jobless claims report alongside the Fed new orders and such. The orders were actually looking decent, but initial jobless claims was showing signs of more contraction in the labor markets. We had about 243,000 of these jobless claims versus the forecast of about 225 to 230,000 being the consensus. So once again, there's more weakness developing in the labor market. Now, we also have a couple of Fed speakers later on during the day, like Logan, not to mention Daly. We have the Fed balance sheet coming out at 4:30, but nothing too crazy for the rest of the day. But as a result, the market is continuing to dip. We actually saw some big news come out. Right over here, there was news that came out that behind the curtain, some top Democrats are coming out and they're saying that Joe Biden is going to exit the presidential campaign. This could be because of many different reasons, from things in the past, not to mention his health, and many other reasons like that. So I just wanted to call that out. This is huge news. Now, with many of these top Democrats saying this, okay, this leads to uncertainty in the markets. The markets love certainty. The market, knows or has an idea of how someone like President Trump would lead the country if he were to win the election. And if Trump doesn't win, if it were to be Biden, just hypothetically, the market also has an idea of what would happen if Biden would win as well, right? So the market likes certainty. The market likes it when it knows what's going to most likely happen. If you get news coming out there that Joe Biden might be dropping out of the presidential race, or certain Democrats are saying he will, that is more negative, at least for the markets, because now the market would be considering that there's going to be a new Democratic representative. And then in that case, if that were to be the case, we don't know who it's going to be. So the market, once again, does not like the uncertainty. That's one of the main reasons why we're dipping right now. So with this dip, I wanted to just call out that we got a big rejection off our key EMAs on the 30 minutes time frame on SPY. But if you go to the 4-hour time frame, as you guys can see, we're losing our 50 EMA, and this is actually a big sign of weakness. So we're going to be looking at 555 as key support. If that fails us, I think that the daily chart is showing us that SPY could be dipping all the way down here, closer to where our 20 EMA happens to be, just under or very, very close to 553. So if we lose 555, look for 553. I am seeing some weakness developing on SPY that's slowing down the markets. So it's still looking weak, but watch that 555 support. Also look at resistance at 556.5. If that breaks, look at 557.5. But like I said before, SPY is looking weak right now, and we're favoring the downside. For Nvidia, we're still looking kind of weak. Look at the daily 50 EMA. I could be seeing us retracing towards 116. If that fails, we have this gap to fill all the way down here towards 112. If we hold this, we could try to rebound to try to fill another gap above. But overall, Nvidia is looking kind of weak. Bitcoin is also dipping a little bit right over here. I do see a risk of this actually coming back down to about the 62,500 area. So look for a potential dip that could be forming. As far as Tesla goes, we're actually looking stronger than the markets. Let me pull up a smaller time frame just to show you this. The 4-hour on Tesla is showing some consolidation. So I think that Tesla is going to continue to consolidate right over here. We have resistance currently around this. Let me just double check this 255 area. So if we continue to push, we'll be looking at 255 as resistance. If we break that on Tesla, I'll be looking for a push all the way up towards 260. If we fail, look at one support on the 4-hour. That's 251.5. That's where our 20 EMA happens to be. If we lose that, we're going to be coming all the way back down towards 247.5, in my opinion. So I think that Tesla's just shuffling. It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. I don't really think much is going on with it. I think we're going to continue to shuffle in the 252.5 to 250 range. And I'm not really seeing anything too crazy today, at least for Tesla. A lot of consolidation. I am seeing weakness on SPY and also on the QQQ. The QQQ tried to rebound. It tried to get a little bounce only to reject off this news. Also because of tech, how it's rejecting. So we're at support right now at 478. Remember I called it out yesterday. We might dip to 478 and see if we bounce or not. So we're at some key support on the QQQ. If we don't bounce here, we'll be dipping all the way down towards 474. If we bounce here, we'll be trying to get back above 482. So watch and see how well we hold in this 478 area. If we fail, look for 474 as our next target. Another thing that's dragging the market down is Apple. Apple just lost its 4-hour 50 EMA. So this is favoring a move over here to this imbalance. I could be looking for basically some shuffling around 225. If that fails, look for 222.5, excuse me, or 222.5 would be our next target if that ends up breaking. I am seeing some weakness developing on Apple. It's still looking more bearish. The IWM is still very strong. It's still on a very, very nice uptrend. It's just retracing a little bit. This is no surprise. If you were to retrace more, we could get closer to 220, but then we could bounce after that. So watch for that very, very carefully. For Coinbase is kind of rejecting here. We're going to be looking for a move towards, in my opinion, 232.5 if we fail to reclaim 239. So watch and see if we could try to reclaim 239. If not, 232.5 is coming. I am seeing some bearish signals. What else is slowing the QQQ down is Amazon's getting a big rejection. It attempted to rebound only to get hit with some bearish news. So I see it potentially coming down towards about 181.5 to 180. There is some weakness developing on the charts. Meta is already down quite a bit. We got this big rug pull. We're going to be watching this resistance at 468, and we have key support around 462. I do see a risk of this dipping lower if 465 fails us. And then two more. Microsoft is looking more bearish. We just lost our 200 EMA. I see it coming all the way down to this gap here. I could be looking for previous resistance, which is now going to become support. So like right over here, close to where that gap happened to be. I think this level is going to be very, very key. Right around here, 434. So watch 435 to 434 as two supports on Microsoft. There's a little bit more downside potential. Same thing with Google. Still looking kind of bearish. Could be looking for basically 178.77 if we fail to hold 180. So look for more downside on Google. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. Just know that SPY is showing a weakness as we're losing 555 right now, and this is favoring more downside. I think that we could be getting very close to our daily 20 EMA, close to the 553s, very, very soon. So with that being said, I want to thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon, just a couple of hours. Once again, I do want to apologize that I, wasn't able to recorded a pre-market update video. I just had, some things going on, but I'm back now and I'm going to continue to be back from this point on. Things will go back to normal. So once again, I want to thank you all for your condolences. I want to thank you for your very, very kind comments. It meant a lot to me. I really appreciate you guys in the community that we have here, and we're going to continue to improve ourselves and grow no matter what happens in life. All right. So have a great day, guys. I'll be back in a couple of hours for another update. Take care, everyone, and peace out.